Welcome to College Football's Peek Around the Corner with your host, Greg Pflugar. Episode 5 is going to be about how the PAC definitely needs to add San Diego State and SMU. They have to go to a Pac-10 to a Pac-12. They cannot let this slip away. They have to start thinking anew. They got to get back into Southern California. The idea that George Kliavkoff brought up at the PAC Media Days that maybe the PAC conference, some of the schools will play a game in Los Angeles during the year to capture the Los Angeles market, that is fool's gold. They need to expand. They need to recapture as best they can Southern California. They can't let that slip away for a number of reasons that we're going to go through today. I understand that, of course, the PAC is in negotiations with ESPN for a new media contract. And basically, it sounds like ESPN still has exclusive rights to be the only one to negotiate with the PAC. It sounds like they might have extended that window. At some point, the PAC are going to get a number. Maybe they've already received it. Let's just say ESPN has offered $250 million a year for 6 years. That would be $25 million a school. Okay, that's not great. I don't know if that's going to be the number. I have no idea, but I'm just throwing out an example. And then the PAC will ask the ESPN, well, what about if we add SMU and San Diego State? What will be our revenue per school if we add on 2 more slices to the pie? And let's say ESPN comes back and says, okay, now it's going to be $22 million a year for each PAC school to add on 2 more slices. I understand that's not good, right? That's not good. But the PAC conference has to start thinking, they have to start going on the offense because offense is the best defense. They're going to get, Yomark, the new commissioner of the Big 12, isn't just going to sit by. If the PAC conference doesn't take San Diego State, what do you think the Big 12 is going to do? I mean, honestly, the Big 12 is trying to dislodge Arizona. They want Arizona to become part of the Big 12 conference. Arizona is sitting there in the Tucson market. Arizona has this great big brand basketball program. The Big 12 is it is a premier basketball conference. The additions of Houston, Cincinnati, BYU, UCF, that has not diminished the conference at all when it comes to quality on the basketball court and on the football field after Oklahoma and Texas leave. What do you think Yomark's going to do? Just sit there? You got to go on offense, PAC. I get it. Oregon, Washington, Stanford, they're looking at a possible invite from the Big Ten in a few months or in a year or two. I happen to believe that eventually Notre Dame is going to join the Big Ten. I eventually believe that Stanford's going to be a part of that with Notre Dame. And the negotiations are going on right now. Notre Dame is using their leverage. And Notre Dame, if they're going to become a Big Ten school in 2024, they have to let the ACC know by August 15, 2023. A discussion for another day. But let's say none of that happens. The PAC cannot remain how they are. They just can't. They've got to get San Diego State, and I would argue SMU as well. San Diego State is building a new football stadium, Dragon Stadium. It's going to be open for opening day against Arizona, I believe. I believe that's San Diego State's Aztecs home opener. Pac-12 cannot let Southern California go. If they do not add on San Diego State and SMU, the Big 12 is going to act. There is no school in the Big 12 that's going to say to Yomark, the new Big 12 commissioner, hey, now we don't want to add on pieces. We don't want to get into California. They're not going to do that. They've got Texas with Texas Tech, TCU, now the addition of Houston. Of course, San Diego State has reached out to the Big 12 along with the PAC. And of course, Big 12 has talked with San Diego State. PAC just can't let that, they cannot let the Big 12 get San Diego State. Colorado, this is also about accumulation of students that want to go to your university. The sports that is the front porch of the university. It's what people see first. Colorado, most of their students are now coming from the state of California. All right? Southern California. You're just going to, Arizona and Arizona State are tied to Southern California. Are you going to, so is the PAC going to just let Southern California go? They've got to make that. And SMU is a great academic university. It's not a research university. I completely understand why some of the big research schools like Stanford, California, why they would balk at taking SMU on. But man, if it's not SMU, then it's got to be UNLV. But whatever that 12th school is, or if you even if maybe you don't even add a 12th school, San Diego State has to be added on to the PAC, regardless of what the numbers that ESPN gives back to the commissioner. Because if you lose San Diego State, Southern California to the Big 12, well, now you're in a lot of trouble. You're going to lose a complete market share battle with the Big 12. When the PAC was looking at expanding last year, the president, it's been reported recently, the president of USC stood up and said, why are we expanding? I understand USC's point of view. They did not want to expand. When a conference expands, then what the media partner gets out of that is they get to extend the grant of rights with the schools. The conference gets to expand the grant of rights with the schools. That gives more security to the media partner. I get it. USC didn't want to expand because they didn't want the PAC to expand because they wanted their exit ramps cleared if they wanted to join the Big Ten, which they've done. Texas and Oklahoma did the same thing with the Big 12. The Big 12 schools, over the last few years, they wanted to expand. Some of that became really public, right? The whole drama. But Texas, speaking for ESPN, always, they stopped expansion for the Big 12 because they wanted their exit ramps cleared. And sure enough, Texas and Oklahoma now are joining the SEC in 2025. So there's really no reason why the PAC should not expand with San Diego State unless you're fighting over those couple $1 million that you give up by adding an 11th slice or a 12th slice to the pie, to the revenue pie. So that's it. I mean, this is really going to show George Kliavkoff, Pac-12 commissioner, did not do well at the PAC media days. He's a smart guy, good guy, but he's in a tough spot. He just lost USC, UCLA, and he had no clue that it was going to happen. He wasn't following Flug Empire on Twitter. He wasn't reading our posts at Minnesota 247. USC called the Big Ten in the spring. And he's got to act. He's got to start pushing forward. He's got to get on offense. They have to add San Diego State, regardless of the numbers they get back from ESPN. If you like this content, please hit the like button. Please subscribe to our channel. It helps me so much. And please share our video. I thank you so much for the support you have given me in the first week of the show. And I hope to provide the content that you like going forward. From all of us at Peek Around the Corner to all of you, please, until next time, you all take care of each other. Thanks.